My reaction to that is I just want to urge people to have a look at the bill, because when I hear, the discourse and how it's going and the heated, I hear all sorts of things that I don't see in the bill. For example, the increment in salary and all the other things. So I want to ask people to look at the bill and see what it actually does. If they do, I think they will agree that it is fair. I can't comment on what reasons may have motivated politicians to say what they say. What I can say is we are lawyers and we look at the law and say what is in it. This one is not yet a law, it's a bill. But when we open it and look at it, we see what judges are already enjoying. It is just creating the legal framework for the terms and conditions.
So tell us exactly what you see when you open this bill that is yet to become law.
Yes, first of all, I have to say that it is implementing Section 142(1) of the 1997 Constitution. This is the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia.
And what does that section say?
And that section says that the National Assembly may, enact a law to provide for the terms and conditions, the remuneration and salaries of judges and other judicial officers. That's what it says. It may. It hadn't been done up until now, but it's most of what is in the bill. They are currently already enjoying the salaries, the allowances. So why
do we need the bill then?
No, that's what I'm saying. What I see as an addition to it is, we need it, to implement the provision of the Constitution, because then it's very clear and guaranteed. But there's also the sort of what happens after, say, the judge, for example, retires or dies, the pension and other things. These are the things that are new in the bill. And I think we have to agree that, they are entitled to pensions like anybody, any other, even civil servants and anybody else working. And throughout your service, at the end of it, you expect to at least put your feet up and enjoy your retirement. And just few other things that are there, but mainly what happens after, when sudden death, for example, of a judge in service, because we have to. So what does we can't? Sorry.
What does it propose? Along those lines, a judge suddenly dies in office, God forbid.
What it proposes is a lump sum to the family, because you have to look at who the judge is. The judge is not just anybody who goes to work, and the judge, is an arbiter, is somebody who presides over cases and delivers judgments. They're honorable members of the profession. They've got great expertise, great experience, knowledge of the law and all. And by the nature of their job, they cannot do any other work during and even after. They're restricted even after retirement. They cannot come back into private practice.
I thought that was strange.
Well, these are the ethical rules of
Is that the same for judges all over the world?
Oh yes, I believe so. There are a lot of reasons that inform this, many of which we'll not have time here to. But these are the ethical things that and they can't do anything. And you also need good terms and conditions of service to motivate, because the judges are derived from the legal practitioners, to motivate experience, and a very good legal practitioners to actually go on the bench. We talk about Gambianization for many years. Really, if you know what judges were earning before the not recent, but like in the last 10 years, a little bit of an increment, you wouldn't want to go on the bench, because it meant that you would be poor if you didn't have a partner that would support your family. Making the terms and conditions favorable, adequate, fair, not asking for too much, it encourages and helps attract the very competent persons on the bench from the lawyers, and it also gives them peace of mind. You're working currently. We have some judges who have retired, who if this law is not retroactive, they will not be able to enjoy the conditions.
Do you think it will be retroactive?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I mean,
it
breaks my heart because I know them and I know the distinguished service that they have offered this country. One of them I actually found on the bench, and I'm 24 years old at the bar. So I would personally, that's just my personal view. I don't know if it would be, but I hope it would be, because otherwise they're left behind. And a lot of other, like security, for example, they enjoy it now. Why not after? The very reasons why they enjoy security now, by the nature of their very work, dealing with people's life, liberty, property, criminal cases, locking people up, that is the reason why they perhaps would need that also. I mean, these are some of the things that are in the bill. So that's why I'm saying that I just want people to look at it really impartially, dispassionately, and see whether it is giving more than they are entitled to. And I don't think so. I think they do great work. And in order to secure and safeguard the independence of the judiciary, they must be adequately remunerated. We know what temptations there are. You know what I'm talking about. And other things. They shouldn't have to worry about. I was speaking to somebody the other day, and they said they shouldn't have to worry about. They shouldn't have to have financial anxiety. I've never heard of that phrase, but maybe that's what. And why not? Like anybody else. So the job they do is not just anybody can do that job. By very nature, they don't even have a social life. Do you bump into them in parties and things like that? Well, that's just a joke. But yeah. So I think.
You talked about temptations. Others have suggested that with this bill, I mean, were it to be passed into law, and their remuneration is enhanced, we prevent corruption of our judges. I mean, that's not to suggest that currently corruption riddles the judiciary.
Well, if they have peace of mind, that their earnings are there, they're taken care of, and as I said earlier, they are already enjoying this in the lifetime, during their tenure. It is more about what happens afterwards, But that is a good point. Otherwise, the temptations are there. I mean, we all know. I mean, there's no hiding it that people would try to entice and do other things. But we believe that we have judges who would. Because
men and women of integrity.
Men of integrity who have taken the job because they want to do it. Many in private practice wouldn't go there because they think, I'll earn much less, perhaps. But they've taken a sacrifice to enter into service, and are doing it quietly and getting on with it quietly and doing the best they can. And at the end of the day, they're not God. Whatever they do, if one is not satisfied, you appeal. And that's one less file for them to deal with, and they take care of other things.
So what happens, if Parliament passes this bill, it becomes law? They start enjoying immediately, or what?
No, they were already enjoying, as I say,
yes,
some of these allowances. If you are relocated, for example, to Basse,
yes,
you don't expect the judge to dip into their pocket. I mean, you pay expenses and allowances. If you travel, per diem, all those things they're enjoying anyway. But they would have peace of mind that should they retire or should something happen to them, at least, it won't be so bad financially on the family.
So right now when a judge retires, that's it?
Yes, well, not this. I think there's some, I'll have to check that. But I think they certainly don't enjoy what is in this bill. I don't know if they get anything because they're not civil servants. You've got me here because I'm a lawyer. I don't deal with these things. but definitely the ones who have already retired, the ones I'm thinking of, will not be able to enjoy what is in this bill. Unless it is retroactive. But then, they can be certain. It's a guarantee that, this is what I will be looking forward to. And then you can,
Guarantee that they will continue to have a car provided for them by the state, security.
Yes, that is not strange. We see it obtains in many other jurisdictions in the Commonwealth. It really is not strange, and in many of these jurisdictions, they perhaps get more. I'm not comparing, certainly, with the small Gambia. I know that people are really feeling the pinch, and we're all feeling the pinch.
Even lawyers?
Trust me, because the clients bring us money. So if they don't have money, can you imagine that? So, and lawyers have a lot of responsibilities as well, Uncle Peter. So it is not strange at all. It's nothing new. It is expected for the nature of the job that they do, and what is required for them to do it, independently, impartially, without fear or favor, as they say.
From what you just explained, the reason why maybe many of your type don't want to become judges already is because of maybe the low pay and remuneration for judicial officers. Do you think if this bill is passed, when it becomes law, and their remuneration is significantly enhanced, it would attract more people to the bench?
Well, I know the security would attract people to the bench. By the way, I'm an advocate. I don't think I'll do well on the bench. That's why I'm not going, not for financial reasons. I do a lot of pro bono work. Sorry, what was your question again?
The question is, will it attract more people to the bench?
Well, yes. Why not? I hope so. I mean, I hope it does.
And that would then speed up, the dispensation of...
in turn, it will have a ripple effect. It will have a ripple effect. I think it's fair. I think if people take the time to just, perhaps the work that should have been done to sensitize not only the National Assembly members but the public as well, if it were done, perhaps, we can always do better. I think that's a fair thing to say. There wouldn't have been this misunderstanding, or dare I even say misrepresentation, to the extent that the language that one hears is really, uncalled for.
Absolutely.
I think, for people who have dedicated their life.
But this is why, again, you blame the government. Looking at the bill, they should have known that it was bound to be controversial. Gambians are struggling because their earnings cannot keep up with the rising cost of living. All right?
Yeah.
Gambians
can I just say, just in answer to your previous question, there's a provision there that says about the increment. Should the government, feel the need to review the salaries of civil servants, the Judicial Service Commission can also do that for the judges. That's the most I have seen there, and that is not tomorrow. Given the economic environment situation that we're in. Yeah. But that would be fair. I think you agree. Yeah. That is the only thing that says anything. That,
but the point I was making was before taking the bill to the National Assembly, go on radio, go on television, explain.
Yes,
this is the intent, and not to be confused with increasing their pay and whatever.
Certainly.
And every Gambian would understand.
And I think if Gambians understand, they will accept that this is a fair bill, I think. As I say, most of it they're already enjoying is just to create the legal framework and have it guaranteed, so to speak, so that it wouldn't be fluctuating up and down or even suspended. We have seen the times that we've lived through when anything can happen, if one seeks to.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, I'm sure this explanation will help douse the fires that were lit by misunderstanding of this bill.
Yeah, and I don't understand how that came about.
They just took a bill to the National Assembly, and people understood that they were, after passing the former president's bill to make life much better for Adama Barrow and who else follows after him. After the National Assembly did what they did,
it's the build-up. It's the build-up.
Yeah, exactly. Then they thought, now it's the third arm of government that is coming to take its own pound of flesh.
Yes. I can understand that, but I know that the National Assembly members have been engaged since, because I don't think they were thoroughly engaged the first round, but this the second round.
It's the people who are reacting. It's
I know that. I'm just giving more information. Yeah, definitely the people need to, because they are the taxpayers, and we're all part of the people who need to. Perhaps if I wasn't a lawyer, I probably wouldn't know all these things. So that's why we, the Gambia Bar Association, we feel it important to, step in and clarify.
Well done.
And seek to explain, and we're available for that. Should anybody,
Fantastic.
want to.
Neneh, thanks for coming.